Welcome to all of you B.Sc. third year students of Fishery Science. Here we have seen the online lecture series, online lectures of paper 12, that is Indian commercial fisheries or the mariculture. Indian commercial fisheries or the mariculture, marine fisheries. These mariculture and marine fisheries, in these marine fisheries or mariculture, the important commercial fishes, these are to be captured, caught in both east coast and west coast of India. In this important commercial mariculture or the marine fisheries culture, the first important culture of fish, that is the Indian oil sardine fishery. Indian oil sardine fishery. This Indian oil sardine fishery classification, external features, fish fin formula, distribution, food and feeding, reproduction, then fishing methods, fishing and utilization of the sardine or the Indian oil sardine. All these aspects which is to be related to the commercial point, which is to be studied on commercial way. Indian oil sardine fishery or the Indian oil sardine. We have known that the India's fish production, all India's marine fish production, which is to become the fish production, these are to be formed for the commercially important fishes. These commercially important fishes are the sardine fishery. Commercially important fish are the mackerel fishery. Commercially important fish are the Bombay duck fishery. Commercially important fishery are the tuna fishery. Commercially important fishery are that is Hilsa fishery. Commercially important fishery are the scanioid fishery. Then flat fishes or the cyanoglossus fishery. All these various types of fishes, ribbon fisheries, these fishes, these are to be commercially captured, commercially these are to be caught from both east coast and west coast of India, in which the maximum marine production, maximum marine water production, which is to become from the Indian oil sardine or the sardine fishery, and hence it is to be called as Indian sardine. Oil sardine fishery extract or exist as a commercially important regular fishery all along the west coast of India. These sardine fishery, these are to be important, these are to be commercially important fishery all along the west coast of India. And on east coast, this sardine fishery is of sporadic nature, highly irregular and of less importance or no major importance in, that is the west coast of India. But on way, that is east coast, these are to be less importance, these are to be less use in east coast of India. But in west coast, that is from Saurashtra, Maharashtra, then Konkan and that is Kerala coast, these are to be important, these are to be most used. The Indian oil sardine, Sardinella longiceps, is a very important fish species contributing to nearly to the third or the 30% of the total marine fish production of India, in which in the productive year how much fish production these are to be earned, how much fish production these are to be formed from the marine water. In these fish production, in which 30% or 1/3 fish production which is to become from the sardine fish or the sardine fish, and hence this is the important fishery, this is the important fish species, that is the sardine. It serves as a source of valuable byproduct. It serves as a source of valuable byproduct. It is very important and most useful byproduct, like sardine oil used for several industries, fish meal for cattle and poultry. It is to be used as a fish meal for cattle and poultry. It is to be used as a fish guano, as a tree plantations, coconut, coffee, then tobacco, tea plantation. For these plantation, these are to be used as a fish pond. That's why it is the important commercial fishery, important commercial fish captured on both east as well as the west coast, but abundantly more sardine capture, more sardine fishes these are to be caught captured on the west coast and very less sporadic in nature in the east coast of India. Then what is the classification of this sardine fish? Classification, again we all know that all fishes these are to be keep into the chordate, into the Pisces, phylum Chordata, subphylum Vertebrata, division Gnathostomata, series Pisces, class Teleostomi, order up to here, phylum, subphylum, division, series and class same for all fishes. That may be for Bombay duck, that may be for mackerel, that may be for tuna, that may be for ribbon fish, that may be for flatfish, that may be for cyanoglossus, or that may be for scanide fish. All these are to be common up to the class level. Beyond to the class, that is order, it is to be different, it is to be variable. Order for sardine, Culpiforms, family Culpidae, genus Culpids or Sardinella, genus Culpids or Sardinella, and species Sardinella longiceps, Sardinella fimbrata, Sardinella gibbosa. These are the some important species, these are the some important fish species, these are to be reported, these are to be found for the sardine fish or the sardine fishery. These are in all, or there is in all 10 sardine species, these are to be represented by the sardine fishery. In sardine fish there are near about 10 species, these are to be reported, 10 species these are to be found. In these 10 species, Sardinella albilla, Sardinella gibbosa, Sardinella dai, Sardinella culpids, Sardinella fimbrata, Sardinella longiceps, Sardinella millanura, Sardinella perforata, Sardinella, that is cyanidis, and Sardinella serum. In these 10 species, of these above 10 species, only 4 species, namely Sardinella longiceps, Sardinella fimbrata, Sardinella gibbosa and Sardinella albella, these are to be support commercial fisheries of considerable importance on the west coast and southwest coast and east coast of India. The oil sardine, that is Sardinella longiceps, is the most important, highly commercial and most valuable species. These are to be reported, these are to be abundance in food value and industrial value, which is to be caught, which is to be captured in the Indian west coast on large scale, on the abundance scale. That's why this sardine or the Sardinella longiceps is the most important commercial species. These are to be caught, these are to be captured in the west coast of India. The next point of this sardine fishery, that is distribution, where these fishes these are to be distributed. Distribution, the general distribution of sardine is reported to be along the coast of Somaliland. These are to be reported from the coast of Mombasa, coast of Seychelles, Gulf of Aden, then Red Seas, Gulf of Oman, Persian Gulf, Gulf of Pakistan or the coast of Pakistan, coast of India, coast of Sri Lanka, then coast of Malaysia, coast of Indonesia, coast of Philippines and Vietnam. In all these varieties of countries, these sardine, these are to be distributed, these are to be found. Where these are to be distributed? These are to be distributed in discontinuous distribution, that is Somaliland, Mombasa, Seychelles, Gulf of Aden, Red Seas, Gulf of Oman, Persian Gulf, then Pakistan, India, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines and Vietnam. In all these coast of these countries, these fish, these are to be distributed, these are to be found. Regarding the differential distribution of the eggs and larvae, it is known that egg of these species are fairly common in plankton collection in Kozhikode. In Kozhikode, these eggs of larvae, these are to be abundant, these are to be more maximum during August-September months, and second time these are to be more, these are to be maximum in November months. These larvae, these are to be reported, these are to be abundant maximum. No information is available on the distribution of the larval stages. Up to here, no any worker, these are to be studied, no any investigator, these are to be studied about the, no information, these are to be available distribution of the larval stages. Juvenile adults are reported to the Saurashtra coast. Juvenile and adults, these are to be reported to the Saurashtra coast, to the Coromandel coast. Oil sardine is to be catches. Oil sardine catches, these are to be poor in Maharashtra and more maximum in, that is Saurashtra, that is Gujarat, Kerala, Karnataka. In these coasts, these fishes, these are to be caught abundantly on maximum scale, on maximum level. Then local names of this sardine. Local names in English. What is the name of in English? Commonly in English, sardine, these are to be called as Indian oil sardine or the Malabar sardine. In English, this sardine, these are to be called as Indian oil sardine or the Malabar sardine. In Marathi or in Hindi, this sardine fish, it is to be called as tarali. In Marathi or in Hindi, this sardine is to be commonly called as tarali. When we have visited to the coast of Maharashtra, that is especially Konkan coast, Goa coast, then these Goa coast or the Konkan coast, this sardine, these are to be called as a tarali. And in Malayalam, in these coast, in Tamil Nadu coast, in Malayalam coast, these fish, these are to be called as a mati or nala mati. These are the local names of this sardine. Then another important point of study, that is the general characters of the sardine fish or the Sardinella longiceps. Only we have single species we have studied, and that single species are the Sardinella longiceps. We have seen the general characters of the Sardinella longiceps, how these fish, these are to be look like, and which are the general characters in next period. Thank you. Thank all of you again for listening and seeing the lecture of paper 12th, Mariculture, Indian oil sardine fishing. Okay, thank you.